He almost spinned the block, like, just to look at her ass.
Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Joy here again, and today I have a special guest. This is my boyfriend Jamar. So today we're gonna be doing the post of the week video, and he decided to join me last minute, which is cool because I guess you're gonna get like two different. I guess you're gonna get two different opinions, or maybe the same. I don't know for this week's post. So yeah. So let's get right into it. So this week's post is this picture right here. This picture next to me. So the picture, as you can see, is a guy. He's looking at the girl's butt, and he has his girlfriend next to him, and he's holding her hand. So do you want to speak about your reaction to this? Like how you feel about it first?
So before we go into everything, we're gonna talk about our reaction first.
Yeah, you gotta talk about yours first, and then I'm gonna go into that later. So yeah.
Okay.
So this is the picture, and it says, "Is this disrespectful or just male curiosity? Can it be true at the same? Can both be true at the same time?" Okay, so what is your reaction to this picture? This is the picture, y'all. Right
Okay.
next to me.
So basically, my reaction, I feel like what he's doing in that specific picture is OD. Because like he's with this girl and he didn't even just turn his head. Like that nigga did a whole 360. Like he almost spinned the block, like just to look at her ass. So it was just like, alright, you wildin' now. Like your girl's right there. That girl's gonna probably feel OD special because you just violated your girl just in that specific picture. That's not a good look. But if he just had like tapped his girl, was like, yo, look, or turn his head like a little, just like you know, give it a glance. But he just turned his whole body over, like he was ready to ask her for her Facebook page and all that shit. Like he just went ham. That wasn't a good look. That's just my personal opinion. In that picture. Not overall, just that picture.
So you're saying it's okay for you to look at other females while
you with your girl?
Yes. Well, I mean, yeah, I guess.
Yes and no, because yes, it's one, it depends on the relationship you're in.
Mm-hmm.
And then two, it's like, would it be wrong, like, if I'm hiding that from you? Like, if you with somebody, most of the time you already know how they are from the jump, unless that motherfucker was hiding it and then out of nowhere, he just started doing that reckless shit. Or like just doing that, period. But if you known him for a while, he's already probably been doing that. So you notice him like, oh, he's like, oh, yo, look at her butt. Like, so if you haven't corrected it at that time, like right then you basically let him be him. Like you're telling him, okay, that's okay. And you could do that because I know that's what you do. And
that's the thing with that. Like I feel like a lot of women will say, oh, it's okay, you know, as long as, and you keep seeing it. And so is it always gonna be okay? Like when do you draw the line? Like when do you say no, this
after
shit
a
is
while,
not okay?
Nah, but after a while it gets old for the guy because it's like you older, you're not really worried about that type of shit. Like,
anymore.
Yeah, it's a good look. You may look once in a blue, but
well,
only younger niggas really be looking like all the time, like every time a girl's ass passes by, because that means like, yeah, you know, they still young.
There's guys that just they never grow out of that shit, and I've seen it, and I'm like, bro, like it's not that serious. Like it is not that. I've seen some disrespectful stuff. And then I've had couples who came up to me and asked me if I want to participate in their rendezvous and shit. It's not my type of party, right? I was really, really shocked because it was like all the guys, like most of the guys that did explain their reaction, like they said that it wasn't okay. Like they were like, no, he's being disrespectful. And most of the girls, I wouldn't say most of the girls, but a lot of girls were like, they had their mentality open. Like, they're not saying it's okay, but they understand also that their man is gonna look at other women, you know, and
it's
gonna
surprising
happen.
because like nowadays females kind of like almost like with the way things are, females almost like know that like a lot of shit has changed where back then like the way women and men were portrayed are different now. Like women, there's a lot of women that are messing with girls, like a lot. Like I don't know, ever since Superfly dropped or some shit, I've just seen mad girls just, oh, I'm buying out. So it's like, I don't know, it's just weird now. So it's like most girls are with it. Like most of the girls that you're probably gonna see are with it. Though it's the older women that probably don't feel that way. I feel like our generation.
And it does depend on what type of household you grow up. Cause that's why I'm like in between, because it's like I would be the one to like turn around sometimes and I'll be like, yo, Jamar, look at, you know what I mean? Like I've told him, like, if I see a girl, I'll be like, oh, I've seen this girl, whatever the case is. But that does not mean that I want to be with a woman. I like men only, but I like admiring other women, and I think that's totally fine. But I also feel like there's a boundary. Like, don't do that shit. Like, if I'm not, obviously I'm not looking at shorty, and you over here breaking. Like, we have an issue now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, don't fucking play with me. Like, I would probably spaz. I don't think I would say something right there in the moment.
Yeah, you wouldn't. You're not that type. You'll just have an attitude for the rest of the day.
I won't talk for the rest of the day.
And then you'll just be like mad. Like that's how you are. When you get mad, you just quiet. I would do quiet.
That is definitely. So let me actually show you guys the poll. So right now, I think I posted this about 10 hours ago. So on Instagram, let's see. On Instagram, I believe I was really shocked at this. It got a lot of engagement. So I'm really grateful that you guys participated. I'm really happy that you guys participated in this, because the outcome of it, I didn't think it was going to be this crazy. But 51 people voted it's a no, sis. So it's a no. I'm putting the picture of it next to me. And 23 people said he can look. Let me tell you something right now.
But that doesn't make it wrong or right, though.
You do not count.
But it's all on purpose.
So 22.
It's all on purpose. I mean, like I said, it depends on the person. Like, you can't tell somebody that's wrong and you can't tell somebody that's right.
But you know what I'm saying? I mean, no, the women, okay, the women in that category, I believe them. But the men, not including you, the other men, I'm just like, well, of course they would say that.
But yeah, because I was speaking.
Because that's how you really
general.
Felt. Yeah, like that's how you really
but
felt.
That
like,
picture
you just told us how you felt. Yeah. So
that picture is just like.
It's just crazy. That picture made it look
extra.
Like, that's actually disrespectful.
Yes.
What you're doing. That's also like, like what triggers this person to react this way, like where they think it's disrespectful, because some people don't get it. Like, some people will be like, oh, you're overreacting over him looking. No, it's the fact that he's ODing. Like, he OD'd. So how is that supposed to make her feel? Like, she's gonna, because obviously the girl in the picture, they made her, I guess, slimmer than the other one. Like, she's probably thinking, oh, I don't look like that. Like, is that what he likes? Like, and with guys, it's very confusing, because some guys will date different types of women to the point where you don't know what their type really is. So you're really sitting there confused, like, all right, does he like this one and he likes this? Like, what is he really into? But if you know your guy has like a certain type, you've seen him date women that look similar, then if he's looking at a woman that doesn't look like you, you're gonna be like, well, is that what he likes? Like, you know what I mean? And on top of that, we know that you're not looking at women. You're not looking at women and saying, oh, her butt is nice, I wonder where she got it done. Like, you're looking at her butt and you're saying, oh, I wonder how that feels. I wonder how it feels if I do this or I do that. You're sexualizing her when you're looking at her butt. When we look at women's butt, we're admiring the beauty of the curves, the way it's like perfectly shaped.
That's the same shit
and we know, but we look at it as that's goals. Like if a girl doesn't have
you're saying that you want what she got.
Yeah, like and it's not envy. It's more like, damn, like her body is nice.
I understand what you're saying. I understand. Like you saying like that's a nice figure type shit.
Right.
We're saying the same thing in the same way. It's just that we're not saying that we're trying to reach it. We're just saying she has a nice body. Like some girls just have a nice body. Right. It's not even about trying to smash. Like, oh, she has a nice body.
I mean, I guess so, but most guys sexualize it.
Yeah, those are the young niggas that are fiends.
Sexualize it.
Those are like the fiends.
God, they got old heads that do the very.
Yeah, you have some of them, but the fiends be like looking constantly, like just thinking about sex. But then you got the grown men that just walk by. Oh, she has a nice body, and keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? It's not like oh, I wish I had her. Like nigga, nah, she just has a nice body.
We would think that you guys, that's a part of the body that gets sexualized a lot. So we would think that that's what you're thinking. You're sexualizing a woman. Like with us, like I said, unless a girl's like into she's actually into it, that's different.
And some girls you do that too. But it's just most of the time, like you probably would sexualize with like girls like Rihanna or like Beyonce, that shit. But like just random girls on the street, nah, that's like weird.
It's like if you see a guy, I know for a fact that there's certain characteristics of a man that we sexualize when we see him. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yes. And I'm not saying this now, I'm saying when I'm single. There are things that we look at that we sexualize on men. We do. Like you see a guy, or say on TV, all right, you want to go into celebrities, like if you see Chris Brown, or so, how many girls haven't sexualized Chris Brown just by looking at him? They've never met this dude. They don't know what he's like in real life. They just look at him and they sexualize him. You understand what I mean? Like it could be a guy with a six-pack. Like you sexualize that.
So you saying sexualizing is when you just look at them and you just think about sex, like you want to have sex with them?
Yeah, some type of sex, like some type of sex interest. So yeah, that was the reaction for the poll. The poll was pretty surprising, but then the DMs that I got were pretty surprising too, and also the comments that I got, because again, like the poll said that people were not okay with it. But the comments and the DMs, a lot of them were saying that they were open to it. I'm not gonna say okay with it, because I just feel like that picture was just OD. Like it was so unnecessary. And then to throw in like sprinkling zero respect on his shirt, it's like they really wanted you to get the point, and we got the point. Like we get it. It's not okay.
Okay, you guys, so I'm back. I had to do a part 2 to this because, well, not a part 2, but I had to do another part, record another day, because we got so tired. You guys might hear the kids or whatever, they're upstairs. This part is dedicated to more of the reactions that I got and stuff, the comments and all of that. And so I want to get into it. So I was talking about triggers, about what might trigger somebody to get mad at you for doing something like that. And honestly, overall, I feel like that situation is very disrespectful. Like if you're breaking your neck to look at a girl, or even Jamar said even like a slight look, but I honestly, he said a slight, I guess whatever turnaround is fine, but I feel like even if you direct your attention, and I can tell that you're directing your attention to that other female, like I feel like personally, like what the hell? Now, this does not mean that a man does not have the right to be attracted to other women, because it's going to happen naturally. We're humans. We're always going to find other people attractive and stuff. But when you blatantly make it clear that you're paying attention to someone else, like that can definitely become an issue. Like you're making it apparent, like, hey, look, I'm looking at her, and it may make your partner feel uncomfortable. Again, it depends on who you're with. Like he was breaking his neck, you know what I mean? Like he was ODing. And again, everybody's different. Everybody's entitled to their opinion, so it's totally fine. Like, if you're okay with it, then okay. If you allow it that one time, don't expect that to change, because that's who this person is. This is how they are. This is what they like to do. So you cannot expect them to change. So, like I said, my comments and DMs were a little different than the actual post or poll, which I posted next to me so that you guys can see in one of the clips earlier. Okay, so the first person, this is Steven. I'm not gonna pronounce anybody's name, last name, or anything, because I don't want to pronounce it wrong. But the first person is Steven, and Steven said, it depends on the relationship. I've been in a relationship where my ex and I both looked shit. She'd even tap me to look, and we both comment on it. Also, I've been in a relationship where she freak out if I look. So yeah, it's different for everybody. Danny says, and Danny is a girl, Danny says, girl, I don't know. There's some beautiful women in the world, and I'm not a hater. I'd be the first to look and compliment a female. Some women view other women as competition, but that what they fail to realize is half of those women would not give their man the time of the day. This is very true. Like, this is very, very, very true. If you're gonna have an issue, have it with your man. Like, don't sit there and waste your time on this girl who probably is curving him, or who just doesn't have that type of interest in him. She's not trying to take him away from you, unless you blatantly see her trying to do this. Girl, your man might be all that in a bag of chips to you, but that's not every woman's cup of tea, okay? So if your partner peeks here and there, it's okay. Maybe he's looking at her shoes so he can buy it for you. All right, so first of all, he definitely was not looking at her shoes, but okay. It's definitely true. Not everybody is gonna like your man. Like, your man may look good as hell to you. Not everybody's gonna like him. Another thing is also double standards, because I didn't talk about this. Double standards is such a big thing. Like, all right, so here's the thing, right? Guys, for some reason, guys can do this, right? But let a girl stare at a guy walking down the street while her man is next to her. Let's say if the guy's wearing gray shorts and his print is just looking all delectable, and she's looking at it right in front of you. Like, how would you feel as a man? You know what I mean? And that's what I'm talking about, double standards. Like, we would probably be quick to be called hoes. We would probably be quick you would probably go off on us, probably won't talk to us. But the minute that you do it, it's okay. Like, okay. This person said, people keep handicapping male nature and typical male behavior. This is inconsideration at its finest and lack of self-discipline. To me, this is a man who looks at a woman as a body and not a spirit. But which we spoke about this. I spoke about sexualizing, because I'm not saying, like, she's right to a certain extent, because like Jamar said, some men just really look at women and admire her body. Like, oh, she has a nice body. You know what I mean? But in this case, the picture just makes it look like he's sexualizing her. If he'd consider her spirit before cutting his neck. I don't play that in my relationship. Most women say I look too. I just find that handicapping. If you're not looking for another woman, don't look at another woman. Okay? And I respect my fiance the same. I'm not going to check out a man knowing my man is there. I want him to feel like he's winning, not look like he's losing. And we both don't want to give the impression that we want anyone else. It's all about considering your special person and how special they are to you. That's me. I'm old school. So yeah, everything that you do, and this is something else too, like, what you do in your relationship is really you considering somebody else's feelings. Like, something may not bother you. It may not have bothered the person that you dated before. But remember, that person that you dated before is way different than this person that you're dating now. So if this person has certain boundaries that you know that you can't respect, you should have no business being with this person. Because at the end of the day, you may have some boundaries too that have to be respected. So my boyfriend said, depends on the relationship. He commented under the comments. China said, I'm looking too. Daryl said, his shirt says 0 respect. He's keeping his word. So I'm gonna stop right there. I'm not gonna read any more comments. I had a couple of people, like, I do recall Israel. He did say that it's disrespectful. It's definitely disrespectful, which most men, I had 3 men who inboxed me and said it was disrespectful, which is surprising because with this topic, like I said, mostly women were a little bit more open-minded. Most men said that it wasn't okay. So it was pretty surprising. Let me look at my inbox on Instagram, and I'm only gonna read a few of these because most of these are like paragraphs. So I had one guy who said, I mean, he's probably looking at her jeans. He's trying to get his girl a pair. Please stop. Because that's definitely not what it was. I don't remember who it was, but somebody mentioned celebrities. We did talk about celebrities before, but somebody mentioned celebrities. And it's like, you can't compare the situation to your girl having a celebrity crush, because what are the chances that she's gonna meet her celebrity crush? Like, what are the chances that she can get in his DMs and she could hit him up and he's going to go for a shot? Like, he's going to reply to her and say, yeah, let's go on a date. Like, what are the chances of that happening? So let's be realistic. Like, I don't want to bring no celebrities into this topic unless it's like what we were talking about before, sexualizing people. Okay, so Brenda said, I believe it's disrespectful if my man is breaking his neck to check out a girl, but if it's in front of, I guess she said, if it's in front of me, it's a yes and no, because I mean, it's there. And we can always look at a girl's ass together. There be times when I tell him, like, damn, that girl got a nice body and she got a nice butt. And I tell him to look and we can gaze together. Just don't look too hard, because then it'll be a problem. So, like I said, there are women who are okay, you know, they will look, and they will look with their man, so it's fine. I'm gonna read one more of these. So Linda said, I personally feel like there's nothing wrong as long as they're not disrespecting either women. Whatever guy I've dealt with, we would check out women together. For me, it's like we feel secure enough to do it. I feel secure enough to do it. So yeah, it's sometimes it's a security thing. Like, some women are very secure with themselves. I don't want to say like that a woman getting mad is an insecurity thing, but at the end of the day, like I said before, if this guy is looking at somebody that looks nothing like the woman that's next to him, yeah, she's prone to feel kind of insecure. Like, she's gonna be like, yo, like, what does she have that I don't have? And she actually left me some voicemails. Let me see what she said.
It's funny that you mentioned the celebrity crushes, because I've had people who, like, you know, they'll openly tell me about, like, people that I'm in a relationship with. They'll tell me about their celebrity crush, or, like, you know, like, and I'm like, yeah, she's not hot, whatever. And then if I were to tell them about a guy celebrity crush I have, it's not the same energy I'm given. It's always like, like, they'll always feel away, and I always find it really funny.
And that's what I'm talking about. Shout out to Linda for that. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, double standards. Like, even with something like that, like, I don't want to bring celebrities into this because I don't feel like it's relevant, but this is what I'm talking about. Like, we can be okay with you doing these things, but if we do it, we get called all sorts of hoe, bitch, just all these things. And it's just like, why does it have to be like that? Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you want to marry a prude, just go ahead, because like I said, it is human nature. People are gonna look, but there's like a level to this. Like, if you're really, like I said, if you're really sitting there and you're like staring and you know obviously your girl does not like this, then why would you do it? Like, you know what I mean? Like, why would you do it? I really appreciate everybody that interacted with me on this post. I already have a post for next week, and it's been very, very interesting, like, seeing people's reactions already to this post, because I've seen a lot of men share this. So I want to get down to the nitty gritty. I want to get down. This is going to be like more of an investigation and not an experiment. Well, maybe like a social experiment, but women can chime in, because I'm pretty sure that women have dealt with men who have this, either have this issue or have this type of trauma. So yeah, we're gonna get into it deep next week, and maybe Jamar might join me, maybe not, I don't know yet, or maybe somebody else might join me. I'm gonna see if I can get another guest up here. You drop your comments below on this week's post. Also, make sure you follow me on Instagram at peraltaknowsbest. If you haven't checked out last week's video, go ahead and click that link in the description box. I will be putting it below. I will see you guys soon. Bye.